seperti perjalanannya tadi, dia mencontohkan yang klasik dulu. Kemudian ini dia tadi datang ke kamar saya, terus dia bawa partitur, bawa ini. Jadi saya bismillah aja, mudah-mudahan bisa. So this is more like Mexican influence, right? Yeah, this one. La Masquita.
Excellent. This is kind of like the scale of this visual. Visual here, D minor. So scale I'm using is it's a combination of which states to D or minor. But this song's called La Mesquita, and this is inspired by my stay or business. I've been to Spain a lot. In southern Spain, it's called Andalusia. Andalusia, at one time, had a lot of, well, the Moorish came and conquered, and then the Christians came out and conquered it. So this particular song is called La Mesquita, and it's a mosque and then converted into a Christian church.
Oke, lagu yang ini, maybe you want to say that?
Thank you very much. Next song is called Sawahida, and I wrote this last year in Bali. It's my impression of, I'm trying to think, sorry. You have to translate this. Okay. So, when I was in Bali, it's hard. I mean, you have the traffic, like, for me, as a Westerner, you want to go to point A to point B. So you actually just go there, but all you have to go around the rest of it. They're sacred, they're beautiful, they're very sacred people. I think all over Indonesia, there's this kind of spirit that provides food. It's also a source of, especially all the spirits there. So I was very frustrated, but then as I visited Indonesia the last few years, I gained a lot of respect. It's the rhythms, the rhythm of the rice, cultivated rice, everything. There's a lot of magical and meaningful now. So now I respect, I take the wrong way.
Where was it? Ubud or where was it?
The particular one was in Canggu, like a little farther out.
Tahun lalu dia lagi di Ubud, lagi visit Ubud, dia lagi visit Bali, tinggal di Canggu. Kalau di Bali itu, kalau mau pergi dari sini ke sini itu lewat situ dulu, lewat sini banyak satu area karena semua area. Nah, waktu dia lagi macet-macetan itu, dia melewati sebarisan sawah. Oh, bagus banget. Kemudian dia dapat inspirasi, tahun lalu menulis lagu ini, judulnya Sawah Indah. Masih kan? Dia dapat inspirasi dari iya. Iya ya, lewat lagu itu langsung terasa di mana gitu ya kayaknya. Oke, sesi pertanyaan lagi diberikan buat kita semua. Sekarang saya minta dari student piano 1, dari student drum 1, dari student bass 1. Monggo. Pak, ada dari pianonya? Ada student dari piano? Monggo jangan malu-malu. Ada? Mungkin Pak Roni bisa dibantu. Student drum ada? Karena ini sebenarnya ritmenya ritme. Mikrofon ada ya? Silakan. Oke. Monggo Pak, tunjuk aja muridnya. Oh, sudah ada. Oke.
Okay, my name is Tiro. I would like to ask a question to Mr. Mayasalva. You told us that you were in Jerusalem, you were in South, you were in Japan, you were in South, you were in Bali, you were in South. Yeah. My question is like, how do you put in the key elements to your inspiration and from your expression to your music, to your melodies? For me, it's really hard to put in the, I mean, like key elements or experience maybe to your melodies. For me, it's hard. And how do you? I mean, my first question. The next question is how long you have been inspired or it's like weeks inspired? Maybe you want to sound but smart maybe or something like that. Okay, thank you.
To be honest, Ray is exceptional. I cannot do it also. How can you make such a beautiful melody? We had a concert with Doraya and I cried because of the melody. Because you're so exceptional in putting everything together. It feels like we can feel very mesmerized by melodies. So, how do you do the magic?
Thank you. That's a very good question. It's a deeper level. Like, composition is, you know how, let's say the people who are students, they do daily work, keep on doing it, and get better. It's not easy. I'm very fortunate to travel as a musician, and I decided what I wanted to do in my life. And so when you're in different places, you take, for example, my experience here, unfortunately, is very little, but it will affect me, and I'll store it somewhere, my heart, my mind, and then, one of the most important things is to, when I first get my guitar, there's I have no limitations in my head, I just play. That's very important every day. That's kind of freaky. And then something comes up like a melody within my body, my mind, my ear, and I keep on working at it. It's not easy, I can't explain it, but you record your ideas. You record your ideas, you come back to it. It's like a sculpting, an artist, you come back. And then to time it all comes together, but most of the time it's keep on working at it and working at it.
So it's a recollection of your
Yes, that's my impression, my feelings.
Okay. Maybe for instance, if it's raining outside, so di luar lagi hujan, suasananya hujan, what kind of melody you have? Raining.
Yeah, but for example, I wrote a song, I wrote a song that is which is thunder in Spanish, but this song is beautiful.
So this is for the thunder. Okay, ini geledek, bagaimana? Hujan sih ya, tapi thundernya nggak kedengeran.
There's no thunder, right? There's no thunder. So, it's actually it's a storm. It's sort of after. After a storm, there's a long. So it's called storm, but that's the common feeling. Because thunder, I mean, like, who knows? But I took that experience. I had the feeling, because you're tense, you have a thunder head. The magician, the tension is the beauty. I had another story, it's calm. So, does it make sense?
Oke, jadi gliding dulu habis itu tenang, jadi suasana tenang yang dia gambarkan. Oke, what about if you see beautiful lady? What kind of? Kita tes dulu.
Yeah, just to see a better thing. Yeah, well.
Like,
No, I see beautiful. That's very inspiring too. I'm sure I wrote a song for Beautiful Lady, but it's all about what you're feeling all the time. Beautiful Lady is more funky than Beautiful Lady.
jadi itu teman-teman menurut dia itu lagu-lagu yang bikin itu suasana hati, terus kejadian-kejadian di sekitar itu beruntung banget ya bisa. You're so exceptional, Grace Sandoval. Masih ada lagi? Satu lagi mungkin? More question? Masih ada? Please?
I just, when you're composing, is there like a particular set of chords or chord progression that you find yourselves going back to? This is both. Like, I know when I write music, I end up, even if I try really hard for weeks to branch out and do other things, I still find myself coming back to some particular chords and progressions. And I was wondering if that happens to you, and if so, what are they?
Okay. For me, because we're all a dreamer, right? So, Farida gave me inspiration because one time he said, the MC says, please welcome Israel Farella. So he made that melody, Israel. So the syllables is really something that daily for us. And for jazz musicians, the drawing, the floating can go really far. So like so sometimes also when we jam, it feels like losing the track. But somehow, because we have good connection, just clue. So like very conceptual music, we can, okay, this is the stop, this is the, but the free jamming, you just really have to merge each other, really, the flow, and it could be go everywhere. Sometimes you don't come back. For me, sometimes I don't come back. So if I feel like, good night everyone, something like that sometimes, just no hand, just, because there's a lot of freedom also. But of course, like DJ, if I'm not mistaken, you always come to the certain pattern, right? Because it's rhythmics. So that we can have a clue, it's coming back. But melody line is a little bit difficult because sometimes like if I put it here, basically it's always there, but it's kind of, yeah, floating. I don't know what you're right.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to come back to chords. I think that's pretty your style. You said this, always go back to chords. But that's something that's you like. If you did every song, it'd probably be your house, but I did that a lot in my music.
Okay, come back.
Meaning the same chords.
you good boy, come back.
Well, you can recap. Sometimes, but sometimes I don't. You can, yeah, usually I do my music.
Yes.
But he was talking about a series before that in part progression, right? And it's back, right? So, yeah. So, do you use a lot of chords? Like, do you like your compositions, like common chord progressions? Do you do that a lot?
Not really with these bass musicians. Sometimes they do so and it
Yeah.
stops there.
Yeah.
Because
That's
the emotion is big already, we don't need to come back.
Yeah, exactly. So in jazz, it's a little, you do that really, you don't have to come back. But because this particular song was made today had a lot of classical influence.
Classical always come back. Always come back.
Yeah, it's like it become a form. You'll see my melody comes back. It's carefully composed so that maybe the melody comes back in a different, more developed way. But you should say chords. But those chords can create the listener to the emotion. Because they heard it once, you come back and go, I know that song. And they hear it again. It creates comfort for the listener and confidence. You carry them on the journey. You carry listeners on, you want them to have confidence because you don't know where you're going. And you may do so. Does that make sense?
Oke, right. Masih ada lagi pertanyaan? Gak ada lagi? Oke. Ada.
Saya Dimas, dan kita mau tanya gimana cara membuat improvisasi nada yang enak.
Yang enak. Kalau masalah enak itu selera ya. Mungkin buat beberapa orang ini enak, tapi buat kita semua apa aja. Jadi kalau bicara enak nggak susah ya. Tapi tugas kita sebagai musisi adalah menyampaikan yang menurut kita baik. Menurut orang lain nggak tahu ya. Jadi kalau dia tadi ngasih saya mainin lain sebenarnya. Menurut saya bisa overlap sama dia. Menurut saya. Memang ada beberapa tools standar seperti kalau mau enak mesti ada connecting note seperti itu ya. Dua, katanya harus dipikirkan. Jadi artinya kalau kita semuanya tata, dia harus tata, jadi mungkin lebih ada toolsnya ya. Nah yang kita suka kurang pikirkan itu filternya. Saya dengar kalau murid-murid saya lagi improv ya, biasanya